followed D&D history for long, you're probably familiar with this. Caverns of Thracia by Janelle Jacquays and Judges Guild 1979. This is the dungeon adventure module that has become the test by which all dungeon design is measured today. We're glad that you're joining us for this adventure. Like, subscribe, and share. They have been waiting for over 1,000 years. The things that lurk beneath the waters, skulk in the darkness, and lie hungrily in the dank crypts have been patient. All around them, men and monsters bicker for the above ground. None have been bold enough to traverse the dark cavern's depths, afraid, or perhaps wise enough, to leave the forgotten vaults and hidden passages alone. And still they wait, undisturbed. For you, an adventurer, are willing to brave those depths. Welcome back to Lioness. It is the 30th of Einar of Darkentide, and you are back at the Bloody Bowl Tavern. Some of you have stored great fortunes that you have made in these in this woodsy, distant, remote village. The village is calmer and quieter, and there are fewer people here than there were. The tavern also, you find, has many empty nights for those days that you go and seek libation and comfort there. For those that don't have a house as well. Speaking of which, with the exception of Jasir, who has just arrived in Lioness, everyone please remove 7 gold pieces unless you have a house. If you have a house, please remove 3.5 gold pieces. And if you have a horse, it's half that as well. So, what was I going to say? Jasir. I'm not going to introduce every character, but just so you know, Jasir, you have gotten to know these people in the past week. You've arrived, and they are of a similar insanity to you, in particular, 𝕬𝖃𝖋𝖍𝖗𝖗, who I suppose I will introduce. 𝕬𝖃𝖋𝖍𝖗𝖃 is a extremely capable armored fighter and very zealous for the light. And this group of people have found the darkest of the worshippers of the great enemy of your church, chaos. And they hope that they have a plan to subvert them, though it requires being amongst such dark and evil things. I don't know how much you all share. Do you share the meat bridge?
I read that.
You read that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. It is grotesque what happens in the underworld. So, 𝕬𝖃𝖋𝖍𝖗𝖃 is of a mind to end it all. No doubt. The others, you have 2 magic users. I don't know. Even I do not know what their mind is of it yet. But we'll see. But they also have bewitched some of these evil dark cultists, and they stand poised to overthrow them, if not eradicate them. But for now, they cooperate. I don't think anything else much needs to be said, except everyone, I forgot to mention, this is my friend Colin. Colin, these are my friends Reverend Christopher, which you have met,
Everybody,
Jahan, and Nostromo.
good to meet you.
Welcome, Colin. And
Nice to meet you.
yeah. All the other characters are fantasy sword and sorcery characters. There are 2 magic users. There are 2 other fighters that are 𝕬𝖃𝖋𝖍𝖗𝖃 sort of leads. And then there is you, a zealous crusader of the light. So, tonight's caller is 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖗𝖗𝖊𝖗. Mazwick, is there anything you'd like to do here on the night before your expedition?
Okay. So, Wyman said he wanted to bring the dudes that would come with him. One of them perished last week. And also 2 horse handlers, and he bought a lance.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Sparrow, is there anything you'd like to do quickly before we go?
No, I'm good. I think if you're handling the hirelings, then that's fine.
Okay. Jasir?
Seer's all set with his starting gear and doesn't need anything else.
All right. We are hitting the hay and rising bright and early to get to that dungeon.
Very well. The night passes. As you leave the Bloody Bowl Tavern and enter the narrow cobbled streets of the plaza of the main portion, just a little, what do they have? A constable's hall, a church. Actually, it would be like an agora, like an open air place of worship and sacrifice to gods that are alien to all of you, except perhaps I don't know, except perhaps Sparrow. As you leave these places in the night, I will tell you it is currently cloudy outside and freezing cold. When you wake in the morning, it is warmer. And also cloudy. In fact, the clouds are gathering and picking up speed. The skies are gray. In the morning, when you leave the village of 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖊𝖗, you see around you a dark forest, thick, hoary, wild, thick undergrowth at the forest floor. It has not been tread in for ages. It surrounds you on all sides, with 2 exceptions. The road by which you came into town, it goes to the north. And it's only a road going north. This used to be a lumber encampment. And then to the east, there is a clearing, and you can feel a little bit of sea mist to the east rolling in. It's obvious that there's a rocky shore there. Okay, Madwick, what do you do?
Yes. We are going to follow the road north until we find our break in the tree line, in which case we'll head west by southwest until we reach something notable.
Okay, you do that. It takes you about 6 or 7 hours, and you make it to a steep conical mountain, probably 2,000 to 3,000 feet tall. And the trees give way on one side of it, the forest into a large stony valley, of which there are many ruined structures.
Yes, we have in our possession knowledge of a secret entrance into the dungeon. We'd like to go into the valley near the ruined stony structures, facing the main building, I believe to the right. That is to say, to the north, I think, if my directions are right. There is a small outbuilding which will contain a hidden staircase, which brings us right to the cult's doorstep.
Okay. Yep. Doing that works. You do find the outbuilding, and there are dark stone stairs leading down into the darkness. I'm trying to figure out where I put you. Oh, there you are. We don't need that. And there you are. It is dark. What do you do?
Well, I wait for the map to load. But at the base of the stairs, there should be a man, dressed in dark robes, bearing the accoutrements of evil. We will talk to him because he's our way in. We're not going to use our special whistle technology that we learned about last week, because I think that might give us away.
It is pitch dark. If you stop and listen for a while, you hear no man.
Okay. Does anybody have a light source?
Torches.
I have a lantern as well if we would prefer that.
Okay, Sparrow, could you hold the lantern for us?
That works.
Sorry?
Yeah, that works. I'll
Okay,
light
awesome.
the lantern.
Excellent. So Sparrow is holding the lantern. Jasir is a cleric, right? Or is a thief?
Yeah. Cleric.
He's a cleric. Okay. And then how many hirelings do we have? 2? We still have 2 from...
Nostromos, I'm sorry, Wymond has Theros and Volnia.
Okay. Alright, so our marching order, I assume, is those 2 in front, and then Wyman and Jasir, and then me and Sparrow. Maswick and Sparrow. We're going to go follow these stairs down to the corner, down to the turn.
Okay.
See what's around the corner.
You travel down a very long, steep set of stairs. It's claustrophobic, not very high. And then it turns sharply 90 degrees, and you can almost feel the vastness of this chasm in its open air. It seems to go on infinitely into the dark. It looks almost like this entire section was just ripped out by some antediluvian god's claw, just like scooped out, and it just goes into infinite nothingness. And you can see where the stone wall is sheared on the opposite side of the chasm, and the stony path continues on beyond it.
Okay. There is no guard posted here.
There is not.
Okay. I would like to use the Whistle of Evil that I have in my inventory. The Evil Whistle of Evilness, as I wrote it down. In an attempt to replicate the sound it takes to cross safely. So come up to the bridge and then replicate the whistle as I've heard it before.
Okay. Yeah, you do that, and something drops off of a nearby cliff. All of a sudden, a massive being, leathery, long, wide arms, swoops down into the darkness after it.
Hey, now is our time. Run across the bridge as fast as you please.
Okay. You, actually, this will be closed. There we go. You get across the bridge, and the halls would be empty. Except, and this is weird too. Do I not have a... There should be a door here also. Excuse me for a moment.
Oh, no worries.
Oh wait, are we in the VTT?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'll need a password or...
I will message it to you right now.
Okay.
All right. So, there is this hallway here, continues to the east for about 30 feet, and there's a door. This is a double door, 2 sconces on either side. It is closed, and you hear a commotion. You hear what sounds like a man crying, and you hear a strange droning language. For Jasir, he would recognize the tone of what this language is conveying. Though it is in a gut, stomach-turning form, in an alien grating tongue, this is clearly a sermon.
I'll quietly inform the party of the nature of the spoken word.
Let's see.
That we might be interrupting somebody's ritual.
Well, we've interrupted before. Are you guys wanting to go talk to them, go the other way? To be honest, Nostromo, or Jehan, do you guys remember which way it is to the dungeon proper?
The way across the bridge is the way that they are. It's to the west. And then there was another area where you had to whisk, which it was like a trap bridge.
Yeah, okay. I say we go this way. But we should be prepared to run, I think, in case this is met with poor reception. So let's interrupt this church service with no objection from the party. Okay? All right.
Works.
You come up to
No,
them.
like not like interrupt it, but like go up there.
Well, the sermon ceases as you approach. At the edge of this cliff are three people, and there is the elder, the dark patriarch here. And he stops his sermon, and acknowledges you with a knife that is rusted with dark black stains. It has a wicked, constant, chaotic curve to it. He has it in one hand, and he lifts his hands up to you in exultation, and he says, "Heroes of the ancient curate, welcome back. Welcome back to your future home for all of eternity. We honor you today and our master, the curate, with our required sacrifice." And he motions towards the three people, two of whom are two of the guards you have charmed. One of them is one of the two acolytes.
Is it the acolyte that I have charmed?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. I'd like to ask the dark priest why these three were chosen specifically.
Because they have served so well, it is to honor them. This is the greatest death that we can offer them.
Interesting. I have a better idea.
Everyone just there's standing torches, and they're just flickering, and every once in a while you hear the howling of some awful beast echoing in the darkness. They're just like silent and stony faced and watching you as you say that.
How about we bring them with us into the Tomb of the Ancients and have them face their doom in an attempt to reawaken the Master? Would that not be a greater death for a more wonderful servant?
Unorthodox. But this would be great. You wish to elevate them to the level of heroes. Do you find them worthy?
To be honest, I don't know.
One of
But
them
if
is
they've been-
literally crying. You can smell urine.
If they've been such great servants to deserve this death, surely they have more to give to the Lord of Undeath.
He turns toward the acolyte and nods. The acolyte looks at you, takes his hand and comforts the crying man, and then pushes him off the ledge. And he goes tumbling down into the darkness, screaming. And he's like, "Ah, mother!" And then there's like 6 or 7 of these giant, winged creatures that appear. Come on. Well, I don't know why it won't let me. Weird. Oh, here we go. And they all just like, and they like just zoom toward him into the dark, and they and you can hear the ripping of gristle and sinew, and some gurgles echoing down into the dark hole, and then silence, and then they motion, and then the acolyte like starts to ready to rush across with the other surviving sacrifice. This, by the way, is what they're tossing off cliffs.
Yeah, that makes sense. I assume it's mostly not their own servants. I assume it's mostly the wilder people taken from other lands. I think just like a respectful bow might be in order, and then hurrying off with the acolyte and the other guy.
Okay. You make it to the other side, and they, with this great ceremony, though they are not far away, have left this room unguarded and open. And otherwise, the corridor continues on.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take the right and then look down that hallway.
Okay. What? What is going on? I guess he'll point this out, since it's already obvious on the VTT. He'll point out that there is a, well, actually, there's a little door here. I feel like my doors have been removed. I'm serious. Like, they're just gone.
You've had your door privileges revoked.
Well. Okay. He will say that beyond that door is the lair of the Wolverine. If you ever find it useful, true master. He says sycophantically.
I'm meaning to get an X-Man.
This lovely place is as you left it. There are a fan of corpses, stinking rotten, only more rotten than last time. Floors covered with rodents and vermin and insects. Some of them as long as your arm in places. Let me 7B. Let's see here.
Only 10% chance for a roll like that. More technically, there's only a 1% chance for that specific roll.
Please roll a d6.
I would love to.
A huge fat worm-like thing erupts from a nearby pile of bodies like a bursting blister. Bodies just fly, and chunks of them. This thing rips out. Fat, obviously, with its feast, wriggling on the floor, twice as long as the height of a man. And it worms its way down to the edge and then just like slithers down vertically down the edge of this chasm.
Has it left any mucus or bile or liquids that might be able to be scooped up and sold?
Yeah, absolutely. There is a absolutely viscous, vile-smelling fluid on the ground in its wake.
I'd like to use up a flask and scoop some of that up if I can.
You got it.
Excellent. This will prove invaluable to my experiments. I would like to use my evil whistle of evilness to summon the corpse bridge to get us across this.
All right. That works. And a whole bunch of corpses create a bridge by interconnecting their rotten thighs and arms together.
Excellent.
You make it to the other side. You can see scorch marks in the ground between these two pillars here, with 3 holes in the center between them, equidistant. And there is a partially scorched stick on the ground.
Real quick, just to satisfy my own curiosity, if we go this way to the right wall outside of this pillar, and then all the way to the end of the room, can we look for like a secret door on that side?
Yes.
There doesn't
We
appear
can.
to be anything on the wall. Do you all want to take the time to search the area?
I guess we can spend 10 minutes on it, but I was just wondering if there's anything that's out of the ordinary over here, because you said on the other side there's like a crumbled wall, right?
Yes.
That just reveals that. Yeah, let's give it. You know what? At least let's like tap the wall and see if it sounds hollow on the other side. What are the walls made out of here?
These are stone walls, all stone floor, stone wall, stone ceiling, 15 feet floor to ceiling, except in the places where it curves, it goes up to 30 feet in the center of the antechamber. You tap the walls, it's not hollow. I will take those rolls back. I apologize. Yeah, it doesn't sound hollow or anything. It just, as you tap different places, they sound the same.
That was just to satisfy my own curiosity. Just as a follow-up question, are these cut stones, or is it hewn directly from the rock?
These are cut. They've been laid here.
Okay, so this is masonry, not like digging.
Yes.
All right, let's go back out this way around the pillars, and then to the other side of the room, and then back down this way. Just as a quick note, just here, if you step in between these two pillars, you'll get real scorched.
Okay.
You'll get blasted.
You see another absolutely revolting scene here. All sorts of fat, brightly colored, juicy bugs and insects have long feasted now, at least several days, on utterly rotten meat. Many of them ripped open. One of them just a black smear on the ground. One of them the bottom half of a human man.
Okay. Yeah, let's gingerly step over these, try not to burst any corpse gases, and then follow this hallway, to the end of where the secret hallway is, to the intersection there.
Okay. You make it to the intersection.
Okay, so around this corner is a staircase that's been collapsed in, so we're going to go to the right.
You see a place where the stone floor is scorched. Parts of the stone actually eaten, pockmarked. And then residue and bones and other bits of what once were probably flesh.
Okay.
A 90-degree turn, and then you see an open portion of the wall where it's just swung in, and then a door on the far side.
Okay. Can we peek around this corner and see if there's any beasties over there?
Peek around this corner?
This corner here where the wall opens across from that sconce.
You peek inside, and it appears to be empty.
Okay. Then we'll continue down here and look down the hallway there as well.
This hallway Excuse me. You can see where chunks have been taken out of this wall here. And there are bits of splintered wood on the ground. And there's also parts where the masonry has been chipped out of this wall. Otherwise, it just continues and then elbows to the left.
Could you describe the door to us?
It is a heavy oaken door with iron banding and an iron ring, which is what most of the doors you've seen here look like.
So this probably pulls out to us then. Can we see the hinges?
Yeah, it looks like this pulls out.
Okay. I'm going to have the goon, not the acolyte, open the door while we stand like 10 feet back. If I got goons, especially evil goons, they're opening doors. I'm not doing it. I'm not risking you guys either.
Roll a d6.
1.
Oh, no.
Oof. Oof.
Belong good.
That was because they're surprised on a 1 and 6, right?
Oh, that's not good. This is the other thing to decide if it's not good or not. That is good. Okay, that's good news. Although they have nowhere to go. So, actually...
Well, they'll simply cower and we can press them into service.
a couple of things will happen. Let's see. Your goon has... Oof. I should look it up. I'm going to make sure. I rolled 6, so let's see how many hit points he had. I don't want to, deny you any hit points. So...
He's just a goon. Kind of feel like it's his religious obligation to die in this hellhole.
He has either 6, 8, 4, or 7 based on a d4 roll. I didn't give you this. So he has 4 hit points. He takes a spear right in the throat. And it like bursts out the other end, and then he falls over shaking as he's holding this spear in his throat. And then you look inside, and a whole bunch of critters like gather spears, and they're like, and they just like shake their spears threateningly at you.
Who's the one who died?
The not your guy. The cultist.
My random occultist goon.
All right.
Freaking dead bozo over here. I don't know. What do you got? What do they look like? Are they like big?
They look like your buddy that you made.
Ooh.
They look like 6.5 foot tall dog people with mutated, malformed long snouts and tongues that are flapped, slither back and forth out of their long fanged mouths, and they drool. And covered in matted, stinking, rotten fur.
Yeah. And we can just see the 4 of them from this angle.
There are. You don't go in, but I'm going to put you in just so you can see what's in here, because you'll be able to see. Let me describe what you see in here. There are 6 of them, and in this room. You can see it looks like they have made their nests in here, beds of like straw covered in mites and weevils. There are some longbows stacked on the wall, other weapons. It's clear this is like an outpost for whatever group they represent. There's a battle axe on the wall as well that somebody hasn't grabbed. It looks like the top half of the human has been put on top of the table and is their feast.
What do you guys think? Slaughter them or like close the door, like Homer Simpson back away into the bush?
Seems like a lot to take on.
If you can protect me, I can try casting the spell Sleep.
I was gonna say one of my charmed person slots just opened up. I have a new job opportunity for one of you guys.
Remember, these guys are not 1 HD creatures.
They're not 1 HD creatures, but they're not backed up by a Goliath-sized Minotaur either. So I don't know. I vote fight them. It's up to you guys. Colin, what's your vote?
Let's go for it.
Jehan?
I vote yes.
Nostromo, you okay with this?
Let's go.
All right. I'm going to immediately begin casting Charm Person, Ross.
Okay.
I would also like to declare I'm casting Sleep.
Very well. All right. They will not appear to be casting any spells. And then roll for initiative.
On it. 4. Yes.
You beat them. You're able to act first. If you're moving, let me know where. I'm just going to kind of go in order here, starting with the group caller and your acolyte. You and your acolyte. Where do you go?
Yeah. Does he's got cleric spells, right?
Yes. Actually, we should just start with like a battle plan and order. Do you change your order of march? He does have cleric spells if you want him to declare one of those.
I don't think we should really change anything. We're sort of basically buying time for the sleep spell to go off. So if we stack up Nostromo's 2 goons and then Nostromo and Jasir.
Nostromo, they have spears, right?
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just saying your guys have spears, I think, right? I think they both have spears.
Yeah.
Okay, they can attack this round if they want.
Jasir has a sling, but I was gonna hold fire until we do the sleep and the charm.
If we have the initiative, are we able to get at least one ranged attack off before they close to melee?
That's a good point.
I can never remember what the ruling on that is.
I have put you in here so you could see, but you did not enter the ring, is what. Right. And you have your order of march here. So you actually will need to either fire missiles or move to melee. If you move to melee, you can fire missiles the first round and you won't hit your allies. It'll be like launching a volley as you charge.
I think we should hold the line while firing missiles. Okay. That's my vote.
All right. If you're firing a missile, roll a d20 to hit. If it's a bow, you fire twice.
Does my acolyte have like a sling or something?
He does not.
Bummer.
Your target is ascending armor class 15.
Ooh. Nice. Jasir fires, but he misses.
All right. Anybody else? I think Wyman. I think your guys have. I think one of them does, right? Or the one guy that had a longbow is the guy that left. Yeah.
Yeah, the first one.
Okay. All right. If that is it, and there's no movement, they will move forward to attack. The good news is you have this bottleneck. Only 2 of them can fit here, and then 2 behind if they have a spear. I'm looking. They do not. They have big, grisly, improvised weapons, so they just pile in here mindlessly. Only 2 of them can attack the front row of your hirelings. One of them hits. It hits the... let's see. It hits 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖆 for... Sorry, I'll have to roll it again just to get the damage part up. For 10 damage.
Oh.
Ouch.
Yikes.
She's still alive? I don't think so.
I would doubt it.
No, she's not.
𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖆 perishes.
Man.
Thyros and your acolyte are immediately going to make a morale test. They pass. However, their morale each goes down, so I don't remember what the morale score is, Nostromo, for your survivor, but, he'll go down by 1. And then for you, maswick, we'll say that it was 8, and it is now 7 is the new morale score. Okay. All right. That was their turn, and now we can do spells. Actually,
if we have any melee.
Man, I screwed this up. They move and missile fire, and then melee and spells. So I messed this up. She might be okay. It depends on how well the sleep spell goes.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, spells are after melee, aren't they?
Well, yeah, but in phase combat, if you use option 1, it goes melee combat and spell simultaneous.
I didn't know that. That's good to know.
Now, just to play the game, I usually have spells go last, but it depends on the situation. But sorry about that. Here we go. Yeah, if you could roll for your sleep. And also, which of these are you picking to be your charm person that you're going to try?
This one here. No. One of the ones that's right in front. I want the most stupidest one.
All right. It's clear right away that he does not speak common, and he passes. Actually, he's too stupid. Actually, is what happens. All right. Sleep. How did that go?
All right. What's the hit dice of the victims? Because that determines how many I can affect with sleep.
2 hit dice.
2 hit dice. Okay, so they're 1 to 2, so I roll 2d6, and that's the number that I can affect with sleep.
You don't want to roll snake eyes. Hey!
Okay,
there you go.
so I affect all of them with sleep. No saving throw permitted.
Right.
Pretty solid.
Okay, they all fall peacefully asleep right in front of you in a pile.
All right. Start slitting throats, and then we'll search this room.
All right. So only casualty was the cultist, right?
The cultist and Nostromo's lady.
I'm wrong.
Follower.
I was wrong.
Okay.
So that spell should have gone off before that happened. I apologize, Nostromo. You still have your
I was just asleep.
His scrap cleaver is inches from her face, and he drops.
I was supposed to have the spell happen first, so there you go. All right. You slit all their throats. What do you do next?
First things first, is there anything valuable on them? Do they have any shinies or inexplicable gem hoards in their pockets and tattered rags?
Yes. You find that they have taken the gold from the guy and some other people they found. You find 36 gold pieces. And you find 24 silver pennies.
Already more lucrative than last week.
Colin, could you be the group treasurer?
Sure, could you repeat that real quick, what we got?
24 silver pennies and 36 gold pieces. There is a decent battle axe of human make in here, and a human longbow with a quiver of arrows. You see nothing else of value in here.
Was there a fair game for if anyone else wants them?
Yeah, I can't use either of those things. I think Wyman would be only a candidate to use either of those things. Can we chuck the battle axe on one of your followers? Give him like a real weapon instead of and a spear, I guess. But like, you can chuck the spear and then whip out the battle axe. Anyway,
Volney looks at it and she's like splattered with the monster's blood, and she's like, "I'd like that. Can I have that?"
Go ahead.
She picks up a giant battle axe.
I'm curious to know if this is the way in which they got here. The guy they were feasting on, is there a blood trail? or was like any evidence of dragging things through the dust or through the grime on the floor or walls or anything like that?
It doesn't look like they had to drag him. He was turned into bits, but it is pretty obvious that they traffic in both areas. Like you can see old footprints and stuff, pad prints, both directions. Monster footprints.
All right, let's move on. Wait, hold on. Is anything valuable on the goon?
Yeah, that's a good question. Let me look.
Asir will grab the longbow and just carry it. He won't be able to use it or anything, but we can get a little out of it.
Okay. He has a ruined set of leather armor, ruined shield and spear. Split between the following group of split between the following. He has a treasure. If you could write this stuff down, a 50-foot coil of rope, 12 torches, 2 bronze spikes, 3 iron rations, 2 flagons of water that have been stopped with they've been stoppered. A flagon of weak wine, likewise stopped. A bronze dagger, a stone hammer, and that is it.
Okay. So let's move on to this intersection and see what's down hallway number 2.
Okay. This continues on and then elbows to the 90 degrees to the left.
All right, I say let's continue on and see what's down hallway number 3.
Okay. Oh. Not that. 1 in 4 chance. Don't want a 1. Don't have a 1. Okay. There is it just continues snaking on into the distance. There is a, let me see if I can describe this here. Okay. The walls here abruptly change. As soon as you get halfway down this wall, it becomes covered in black plaster. That black plaster continues up until this sconce. Otherwise, it continues on in the dark. Further on, it becomes normal again. Normal.
I'm going to have my acolyte swipe his hand on it, see if it comes off like soot.
It doesn't, but when he pulls it, it peels off like wallpaper.
Huh. And underneath it is just like more black plaster? Or...
You have him like start peeling it off?
Yeah, sure. See what he's got.
He starts doing that, and then it reveals an old ancient door.
Oh.
The door says this. Know ye, beyond this portal lies the domain of Thanatos, cursed, hater of life, god of death, true god. Seek not to pass this gate, for it leads only to his bosom. Those who cherish life have sealed these chambers for eternity. Be warned, there is no return through this door. once passed, it passes forever. Your acolyte falls to his knees in exultation.
I want to get your guys' opinion on this. I'm thinking we send him in there.
I was thinking the same thing.
He clearly wants to go. I don't really want to go, but I do want to see what happens if somebody does go. This sounds like a win all around.
You tell him to
You
go
can
in there?
observe.
Yeah, go ahead. Your destiny awaits, my boy.
Inside rotten, old, dried cobwebs, you can see some tombs. He sings a dark canticle as he lifts his arms and enters inside. Let me see what happens.
Anybody bring holy water?
No.
Didn't have enough money for that.
I'm fresh out myself. I got some charmed garlic, but that's about it.
We can always close the door behind him.
Yeah, you can see him. You can
Yeah, I wanna
see him.
see.
Okay. And, he just goes on ahead and let's see here.
Just imagining him slowly walking down this hall, and it's dead silent in this dungeon. We're all just like peeking around the corner, like,
Yeah, I mean, hey, this is what he was looking for.
yeah.
This is probably what we were looking for as well.
He goes into this dark room, and after a while disappears around a corner. And then you hear screaming, and then you hear body parts getting ripped off, and ripping and tearing noises, and then wet slapping noises. Some dragging of wet substance across stone, and then silence.
Huh.
Let's see.
All right. Well,
You can throw a torch.
yeah,
ahead.
that's
about
a
it.
good idea. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Because there's no love lost for 𝕬𝖃𝖊𝖗 the Midwit. I'm okay going into this room, but I know that that's probably not the case for everybody here.
I don't want to cheat you all, so I must warn you of one thing. If you go into a place in any dungeon and you can't make it out by the time the session ends, you will die.
Yeah.
You cannot sleep or camp or hang out in a dungeon. The underworld will swallow you.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying not to go in there. I just want to mention that.
Well, we know where it is now. Perhaps we close back the door, we continue exploring, and we could come back in the future more prepared with more help.
Yeah. I mean, I think right now we're not interested in anything too crazy except for taking all the money from this place that we can. And I'm betting that the amount of money in there is not the same as the amount of flesh rending and crunching and wet sloshing noises.
I will even make you all a deal, because actually, given what's going on, some other things, it makes sense. I will count this as a separate sub-level. So if anyone is mapping and can describe how to get here, you can get here.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not thinking right now.
So
Yeah.
the next session you could do that maybe.
I think we close this door. I think
I
we stake it up. We've got 2 bronze stakes. Slap those guys in there. And let's move on.
All
Yeah.
right.
I think as well the cult will be interested in that. That's presumably what they've
yeah.
been looking for as well.
I don't know if they know where it is and they just don't know how to like control the thing or awaken the thing, or if they literally just have no idea where it is. I don't genuinely know what the point of sending people
I
down
think-
here is.
Well,
besides,
what they had told us was they didn't know how to get in and like find their lord in a sense.
I mean, you
So
gotta
the
believe
entrance
the
might
goal.
have been lost.
I mean, if 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖆 the midwit can find it, I think I think servant 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖆 can. All right, what are we looking at here, Ross? What is this?
Yeah. Let's see here. Ahead, you see a pile of ruins. The walls of the room you can see were once painted in bright colors. The scenes of ceremonies and worship now faded, worn, chipped, discolored with age and wear. Ahead, you can smell the overwhelming smell of sulfur. It is absolutely an overwhelming smell. There is a sticky substance covering the floor everywhere in that room ahead.
Huh. Is this the northern entrance we first entered from?
That's a good question. I wasn't there for that.
Like on the very first day
I
when
mean-
we first met the cultists?
Well, presumably this is where the gnolls got in, right? So this is a different entrance into the thing, maybe? It's hard to say. I'm worried that this is in some way flammable. Do you guys want to light a torch and toss it, or do you want to just go with our lantern and see if we'll smoke it up?
We could at least examine it a little closer, but not actually stepping in, just to see what we see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? Can we grab like a handful of it, bring it away from all that stuff, and see if it will light
Sure.
on fire?
You do that. It does, but not any more than any kind of carbon-based thing that you're trying to light on fire.
It's
just-
not gonna like explode if we
Yeah,
get
it's
close.
not, this
to the
isn't
open
like
flame.
gasoline or something, no. Or
Okay.
kerosene
All
or
right.
something.
Well, let's move up to the intersection and see what's here.
Roll a d6.
Oh, by all means. Oh, no, didn't want to do that. There we go. A 1. Because again, we're rolling to see if enemies are surprised, right?
They, not surprised, they are waiting for you,
Yeah.
and you are immediately ambushed. Now, the good news is this guy actually passed away a long time ago. We'll remove that. They pounce on you. No, let me follow the rules, right? That's what we do here.
Please, by all means, Ross, please follow the rules.
Okay. That's not going to be enough. All right, they
bummer.
attack your front line. Claws. That hits. She takes 3 damage. Gosh, is she going to make it? She might. Okay, so she's got 2 hit points left. 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖵 takes 3 damage. And your other person takes 3 damage as well. Is he alive? He is also barely alive. 2 hit points.
Nice.
Okay. I did it 3 times. And let's see, that is a surprise round. Declare spells.
Fresh out.
Fresh out.
Mm-hmm.
And you sent the other guy with spells into the
Oh, he dead.
yeah.
I just spilled my ashtray over my leg.
All right. And is that your initiative roll?
Yes.
Right on.
Nice.
All right. You are able to act first. You are in melee combat range.
Okay. 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖵 wants to fan out and see if he can get a flanking attack with a dagger.
You do that.
Jasir
So that's
will
at +2.
That's at +2.
Jasir will either do that also, or at least close into melee, since he can't swing anymore.
You do that.
Can I move on missile? Move backwards on missile?
You can, but if you fire your missile and miss, you'll hit one of your allies.
I see.
I'm sorry, no, you cannot move, but you could fire the missile, but you would hit your allies.
Okay.
This guy's
All right,
dead,
no.
just to be clear.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess I'll go with the rest of them with my dagger.
Okay. You do that.
I will be attacking at a +1 because I have 6 strength.
All right. Yeah. So if you are, they are not going to move or fire missiles. So if you're attacking, do so now. Your target is 15.
So Jasir has a warhammer rather than a dagger, so I'll just roll it manually.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a 16 for 4 damage. Oh my gosh, 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖗𝖊𝖗 the Midwit, the dagger extraordinaire.
Wow.
What a Chad. More like Chadwick the Midwit. Sorry, I got really excited.
No, it's okay.
That's one of the only things he's ever done, man.
Between the two of you, you slay the one next to you.
Hell yeah.
Anybody else attacking?
Yeah.
Wyman, please.
The
Are these 1-hit die creatures, Ross?
They are 2-hit die.
the two henchmen are gonna attack. What AC is this?
15.
All right, both are gonna attack the middle one.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh. Neither does it.
Okay.
And 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖗𝖋 is gonna attack as well. Same one. Hopefully, this.
Now he uses the monster table, so that 14 should hit, I think, because they add their hit dice to the attack.
Oh yeah, then one does.
I mean, maybe when they level up and take a class or something, that makes sense. But yeah, you can roll for their damage.
A spear does 4 damage, and that's it.
Oh, this guy's beefy. Holy smokes!
Not for long. Not
All right.
not when 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖗𝖋 starts sticking daggers in his back.
All right. Anybody else? No. All right. These guys are going to make a morale check to flee, and they fail utterly. And everyone can make an opportunity attack as they flee.
Remember when we were talking about how the 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖗𝖋s of the world are the ones that I'll deal 2 damage. My stupid wimpy 6 strength dagger attack.
Nothing.
Jasir misses.
I missed as well.
Would you get for your hirelings and for Wyman?
Nothing. Every single one failed.
Oh crap! Okay, they.
Don't worry, guys. I'll handle
They
it.
flee into the darkness. You hear a door opening in the distance sometime later, and then screams.
And then screams. Okay.
That's skipping.
We should definitely go check that out.
That's skipping ahead a little bit, but I'll go ahead and say it now so I don't forget.
Are they at movement rate 12
They are
or higher?
not at movement rate 12. You could run them down if that's your goal.
Could run them down.
Is that what you want to try to do?
I
They'll turn
don't
and
know.
fight.
I guess
Reasonably they will fight if you do that.
I guess it's up to you guys.
See, we heard their screaming. I think they're probably not gonna make it. I'm curious about this
That's fair.
staircase here.
Does the staircase go up or down?
That's why you simulate things and don't do that. See, because now I removed your ability to make that choice. That's no good.
Okay,
at all.
well, before that, is there anything valuable on these guys?
The two that you have in front of you, I will check.
Or non-valuable, but still interesting?
They have nothing of value on them at all.
All right.
This room
What-
reeks of sulfur. There is a massive staircase that leads up, and then a short hallway here that leads to at the edge of your lantern light, and another long hallway on the other side of this archway. Stone pillars either side of the hall going on into the distance.
Yeah, I think this is the staircase we initially went down, like the one that was being guarded by the Minotaur and the
Right.
gnolls the first time.
What is this stuff? Rusk, what's above us? Is it like tree roots and this is sap or something?
No, as you come closer in here and the light and the chaos, the din of combat takes up the room, it irritates a massive throng of bats, which just flurry out of the room further into the dark when you come in here.
Bat gold. Got it. Okay. Hallway or screaming room?
Screaming room.
I think screaming room too.
Same.
Call
Yeah.
it down. Is that okay?
I won't
sure.
cheat
Oh,
you. There's this simply ends in a stone wall.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well.
That's awesome.
The mystery is gone from my map now.
You'll get 100 XP for mapping.
A long corridor continues, pillars on either side. It's columned. There are 6 to 8 inches, like up to your knees and ankles, of this viscous, disgusting fluid. You have trouble standing up and not slipping into it. There are swarms of bats in the collapsed ceiling above in the cavern space in the darkness. It is very hard to keep your footing in here. At the end of this corridor, you can see a ruined antechamber with a collapsed statue. A pile of rubble, some kind of statue that it used to be. The head can be found turned away from you, but on the floor. And there is a room here. The door has been shut and barred, and then this door is shut.
Okay. So this opens up into the secret room that opens up into the hallway where there was a wall opening where we first saw these lizardmen last week. Russ, is this a crack or a crevice in the ground?
Yes.
I'm
And,
guessing this leads back to the corpse bridge, actually.
Yeah, you can look in this. If you look down, this chasm continues, this crevasse on either side of the stone off far into the distance. Thanks for mentioning that. I forgot to mention that one.
Yeah, that would make
Okay.
sense.
And then this statue, is there any gold filigree, any gem eyes, anything that looks immediately valuable as we examine it?
Is it recognizable to just here in any manner?
This is recognizable as the beautiful stone-carved face of a woman. At the very least, you know that this is an ancient god.
Unrecognizable to 𝕬𝖃𝖊𝖗.
But none of you know these gods. The dark gods of these lands you do not worship.
Okay.
Do we see any trace of the lizards?
Oh,
Yeah, is there like a blood trail going through
great
one
question.
of these doors?
Yeah, when you look on the ground, after you get out of the muck, indeed, not only is there, prints of muck going into this door. Whoops. But there's there's a bunch of ichor, monster ichor.
Okay. And then the head of the statue, just double checking. Eyes are normal eyes, not gemstones. There's nothing in the ears as like decoration or anything like that.
One thing about it is you could carry it. It weighs 15 pounds. There is nothing inherently valuable about it that you know of. It is made of stone. There are no rubies in its eyes or anything like that. But the head is intact.
How destroyed is this statue generally? Is
The
most
rest of it is
rubble?
mostly destroyed in rubble, but the head
Okay.
is intact, yes.
Okay. Yeah, Magic will take the head.
Okay. It's
I
15
bet there's
pounds.
something funny I can do with that.
Yeah, I mean, some priests might be interested.
There's something fun. Well, I mean, at the very least, we could ask the cultists if they recognize it.
Mhm.
I'd also like to listen at this door because I suspect there's something beyond it.
Okay.
I'm not a thief, but I believe that there is a certain amount of skill in listening as a normal human being. Oh, normal.
You do not hear anything on the other side of that door.
All right. And I assume that by this point in time, a scream has emitted from this direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I say, I don't know. You guys want to barge in there and start knocking heads together? Is that all right with you guys?
Yeah. Well, I would say, open the door, scope out the situation.
Oh,
because-
wait. No, I got it. I got it. We put a bunch of oil on the ground here, open the door, and then run like behind the oil, like maybe in the middle over here or by this doorway. And then when they all rush at us, we toss a torch onto the oil and it goes, and they all die.
You wanna do that?
Classic. Is
Yeah,
that all right with you guys?
I have an oil flask I can contribute to that cause.
Sir can light a torch to be ready for that.
Excellent.
You do this. You pour oil on the ground, open the door, and hear squealing noises. Roll a d6. This will be the most important roll of the night. There's no
By
doubt
all
about it.
means. I rolled a 5.
Oh,
That is very good news. Okay. You do your plan. You open the door and you see a massive number of these things. These are huge. Well, they're not huge. They're probably the length of my maybe hand, but there are dozens of them. And they are bright red, and these bodies are swollen, and portions of them have already been eaten. And they swarm this door just as fast as they can. And they also, conveniently, just pile into a swarm on the door.
Are these the same bugs that we saw the lizard men eating in this room over here last week?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Holy crap.
Okay. So you do your plan. You toss this, and this just immediately ignites into a huge flame. Let's see here. It's yes. And just just smoke and fire, and you're choking and stuff. And these things are utterly annihilated. And you hear squealing sounds and popping, and it's just a horrible, horrible smell.
Okay, so it smells bad?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm probably not going to eat one of these things then.
It will take 2 turns for the smoke to clear from this area.
Well,
Alright.
we might as well check the other door in the meantime.
Yeah, pop open that bar, just peek in. Fix Jay on the maps.
yeah.
You find a room in here. There is nothing significant of value.
Remind me, Ross, did this statue have a head?
No, it did not.
Huh. Does the statue pieces over here look decidedly feminine?
No.
Okay.
No, it looks like an idealized man, in fact. Very realist in style.
Maybe we should try to find the head of that one.
So, do you want to wait a couple of turns?
We probably shouldn't waste our time. We should probably check for secret rooms or something over here or in this room. I don't know what you guys think.
You think the guys that the bugs killed may have something interesting on them?
I mean, probably not, right? They're all...
The previous ones did not.
Well, yeah, we'll go in here after these guys finish burning up.
After it burns out, yeah.
But we have another turn to wait. Let's just wait. We'll just wait until the fire dies down.
Okay. You could search the area. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt of that. Let me 2, 3, 4. You find nothing in the area. I'll also count it as this, like just to kind of, and then let me account for the passage of time here. This will probably be the second most important roll of the night, and it went well. Okay. So inside this room, I'll tell you what you see.
There's a straggler.
They are, let's see. It is clearly a chapel to some other god. Pile of rubble. This one was once winged and robed and female. Its hands lifted in a sign of victory. Although it is shattered into pieces. There is no head here. These things have been popped and blistered and burned and smashed all over the floor. There are the 2 bloated bodies. Let me see if there's anything valuable. Probably not. I'm going to be honest. I rolled a 10.
The 1% chance of that roll.
Yes. Where's my swords and wizardry?
That's probably my dumbest joke of the day.
Just like every rule.
It's almost 1 in 100. What are the odds?
Don't roll that every day.
Yeah, it's true. Except we did roll it already once today. I made the same dumb joke when it came up. This video is going to do numbers when it comes out in 4 months.
There's some people watching this right now. Some people think it's live streamed. I'm sorry, it's not live streamed. I'm really sorry. Some people mention that sometimes. Because it's premiered doesn't mean it's live streamed. Yes. Anyways, goodness. What did I get here? I got. Okay, let's see. E6. Okay, treasure. Are you ready to copy?
Yes.
These were the whatever monsters that were trafficking the goods for the whole group. Seems you might have wiped them out. In fact, these are the only 2 left. Oh, that's something else I need to check. On level 1.
I think this is going great, guys.
The Knoll table. Located 6.
Yeah.
Sounds like something that would be like a landmark in a fantasy game. Like a mesa.
Unless I messed up my mapping, I think we've covered most of this area.
Yeah.
Like I can show you afterwards to show where we haven't been.
Yeah, I can't think of any avenues that we haven't searched.
On this side at least. Yeah.
𝕬𝖃𝖋𝖍𝖈𝖐 and Sparrow. On them you find a book.
Nice.
You can tell the spells that are in this book. There are 4 of them. It is written in a cipher. Actually, I'm sorry. No, you need read magic to do that. Do either of you have read magic?
I have it, but I can't cast it right now.
Okay.
I don't know, to be honest. I never rolled the actual spell.
Can we say in this case, since you're adventuring, usually magic users, usually what I would do is I kind of use like World of Warcraft treasure rules. Like, all right, it's your turn, so on and so forth. But since you guys are adventuring together and you're level 1, you're both magic users, could you share this book?
Yeah.
That's usually not something magic users would do, but in this case, okay. What you will have to do, you just remind me of this, one of you all, but you need to either use read magic during your downtime or pay somebody which you don't know anybody in the village that can do that. Anyways,
You can always like cut it in half.
But like
Yeah.
like horizontally, so we each
The
only
King Solomon
cast
method.
4 spells instead of each getting 2 spells. That's the 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖊𝖗 plan right there.
that does sound like
You don't
a
see the vision.
adventure. Okay, treasurer, here we go. You find 1 platinum piece. You find 6 gold pieces. You find a giant bag of copper pennies, 461 of them. And you also find a green glimmering gem worth 125 gold pieces. Not super great. Not super great.
I believe you prefaced that with, "There's probably nothing valuable on these guys." So I'm calling that
Yeah.
a win.
Yeah.
Calling that a
Um,
W.
Okay, so this is a situation where what I usually do is I will not have you do something that does not contain gameplay, okay? So I don't usually do this, but if it's something where it's really obvious, I'm not going to have you like, haha, I guess you'll just have to go through the dungeon until you find it, you know, and then you find like a dead end like this one right here, right? So I will tell you that there are 2 things that you should see on your map that do contain content here.
Yeah.
One is that there is the place that he said had the wolf. There is also the treasure room for the cult, and it had a door. And then lastly, there's only one other thing here that you guys haven't looked at, which is the wooden rope bridge has a T intersection that goes off somewhere.
Yeah. I was thinking about that as we crossed it today.
You have a full hour left. And that is the first level of the Caverns of Thracia if you do not enter into the halls of death.
I'll move quickly.
Yeah, I'll put my map right now in chat so you can see. I put an X
Yeah.
at the areas that we haven't been so far.
Appreciate that.
Do you, Caller, do you wish to return to the cult, into your underworld sanctuary for now?
I wonder if we shouldn't start investigating the lair of the Wolverine before going back to like the cult area proper.
I should also note you can also go up these stairs and see what's above ground in those buildings. That's another thing.
Yeah, I'm concerned that there's a Minotaur above.
There
ground
was a
in those
Minotaur
buildings.
last time.
So I think I feel safer with 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖊𝖗. My theory generally, I don't know if I expressed this beforehand. My theory generally is that Servant 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖊𝖗 is about as strong as a Minotaur. Otherwise, there would be a clear winner in this factional battle. But that's also not how all these things work out every time.
Something happens. As you
I'd rather it didn't.
Let's see what it is. You can go ahead and roll that D6.
Oh
Ooh.
man!
Don't roll
See
one.
if I
Come
get
on.
third one.
No.
Third one in
no,
a row,
no.
baby. Every time Ross asks for, it's about to be 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖊𝖗.
This is as bad as Richard when he was a ranger, and it's like you only don't want to roll a 1. That's all you have to do. And these were like, you know, instant kill spiders, and they would surprise on a 1 and 3, and he just rolled 1s. That's all. He was just everyone.
What are
every
the
time.
odds? You know.
All right. Let's see. This is bad. Let me see.
Man. 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖊𝖗 the unobservant.
I know where I'm going.
We've already been here. There wasn't any evil spiders lurking around. Surely they haven't moved into the area. We would have known.
Your way back is blocked, but just around the corner, which is worse. Oh, no, it's good. It's good. So this is fun. All right, so this is what happens.
I agree.
Where's it at? Right here. One of these things. Oh, did it not let me? Yeah. One of these things is stuck. Right in your way back. It's surprised. You're surprised. You're both surprised. You're both disappointed.
It's stuck. I mean, last time we outmaneuvered one of these by backing up in this very corridor and throwing fire at it.
I mean, if it's stuck, why do we have to back up? Let's just chuck fire at it.
Okay. You want to do that? That does create noise, and it takes time. This does have a good feature to it. Okay, so it doesn't draw anything else.
Imagine it drew another gelatinous cube and it also got stuck. That'd be crazy.
Let's start with like 3 pots, right? So just roll the damage, and here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to run out of pots before you run out of damage. That would be unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because then somebody's going to need to go poke it. Presumably.
What is the damage on the...
I think it's 6.
That is 9.
Okay. How many oil pots do you have?
Let me check. I had 10 on me. I used 1 for the initial lighting of the lantern, and then 1 for the centipedes.
And then 3 is 5.
Yep.
Okay. It is not destroyed yet.
All right. Well, I can do another... I'm going to do another 3, I think.
Okay.
If we have the time for it and it's still stuck.
You do have time, yes.
Another 9. They call me Mr. 9.
It finally collapses. It will take a turn before all the noxious fumes and smoke clears.
Yeah, don't breathe that in. I wonder if gelatinous cube jelly is like...
Tasty.
Well, I was going to say highly flammable, but tasty too. Yeah.
Only one way to know.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, Boltnia. Taste it.
Get in there. Scoop some up. Can we, like... these things are largely translucent. Could we have seen any debris floating around in that?
Yeah, absolutely, including shiny objects.
Well, I reckon we can wait for the fire to dissipate. I mean, where are we going to go? The dead end or the place we're
Yeah, I
going
mean,
then?
this is the way we're going anyway, unless we want to go down the stairs.
Okay. Do you want to sift through all the stuff amongst the group? Okay.
Yes.
All right, treasure, ready to copy? Among all the peoples that it has swallowed, there are metallic things that have survived. It has 73 gold pieces, 2,000 silver pennies amongst multiple bags of silver pennies, and 2,000 copper pennies. I should have noted before, did you all pick up all the copper on the last one?
Yeah, that wasn't too bad weight-wise, so yeah.
Yeah, I think so. We have 2 magic users, which is to say, I don't have a lot of strength or anything, but I'm also not really carrying anything.
Okay, so let's see, 2,000 is, I believe... Am I crazy? That's 200 pounds, right?
That is 200 pounds.
Yeah, so that's 400 pounds. Can you guys carry 400 pounds between all the magic users?
Let me just do some quick math. Thank you. I can carry 200 and let's see, 10 pounds. Probably what, 10 pounds for the darts. Let me do the actual math. I'm grinding everything to a halt.
What about the other magic user? How much can you carry?
What's my max carry capacity?
300 modified by your strength. So I'm at -5 because my strength is 6.
Okay, I have a +5 carry modifier.
Yeah, my darts are. Wow, they're a pound each. Heavy darts.
So you probably can't carry
30
all of it
pounds.
between the two magic users. What about the
I carry
cleric?
270 pounds, 268 pounds.
Yeah. Jasir can carry 229 pounds.
Okay. Do you guys choose to? I think this will bring you to movement rate 3.
Very slow.
This will bring us
Yeah.
all the way down. Yeah,
All right. Do you want to do that?
I think so. Every penny counts, right?
Okay.
I mean, we are almost back.
Yeah. What could go wrong?
I don't know, Ross. Don't ask me to roll a d6 again, though. Otherwise, we're gonna find out.
Worst comes to worst, we drop him and run.
That's true. Yeah, I'm holding them in 2 big sacks like a Mr. Monopoly. I'm Mr. Moneybags from Spyro the Dragon. You guys know that guy?
hmm
Roll a d6.
Oh boy, guys, what are the odds? Oh,
Oh, thank goodness.
I did it.
All right.
That
It'd
would
be
have been
crazy if it was 4 rolls in a row.
Coming out of holes nearby in the walls are desperate, hungry, angry creatures with red eyes. They are the size of dogs. There are 4 of these things that are the size of dogs, and they rush towards you. Declare spells.
No spells.
No spells.
Okay. Roll for initiative.
1.
Oh dear. All right. They're able to all move up onto your position.
You gotta
Top
stop.
won't stop.
You gotta stop, Christopher.
It's impossible.
Alright.
Mazwick number 1, baby.
Yeah, they swarm up on you, and they don't melee yet, and then you can the people in the back rank can attempt to fire a missile or move. They can move because of your order of march, and they're not in melee. So you could do the same thing again if you wanted to, like, flank.
Yeah, Mazwick is gonna flank.
Okay. Mazwick flanks.
Jasir will as well.
Jasir does. Okay.
Can I move to like hand through missiles
You
without
can't-
hitting my teammates?
You will, if you miss, you will hit your teammates. They're in
Okay.
melee.
In that
Also-
case, I'll flank as well.
Okay.
Also, I don't believe you can move and throw missiles.
That's true. Yeah, actually.
Okay.
All right. All right. Yes, that's good. No, I love it. Like, right? Like, that's what we're here to do. We're here to play a game and win it. All right. All right. Let's see.
It's no fun if you don't follow the rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
No fun if you don't roll 4 1s at crucial times.
All the cool kids roll 1s 4 times.
Yeah, Mazwick's just a really susceptible to peer pressure.
All right. Let's see. That makes it their turn to attack your front line. I'd attack. These are 1-hit dice creatures.
Wyman's gonna cut a swath through him.
This one attacks the fella. Does a 14 hit your guy, Wyman?
Which guy?
The guy, not the gal.
I don't remember the AC.
I believe it's leather
12.
and
Yeah,
shield.
that does hit.
Okay.
It's 12. Does 2 damage, which was how many hit points he had left. He perishes.
Oh, yeah.
Thyros dies.
I was gonna say, if he has exactly 2 hit points left, is he unconscious or is he just? Bleh?
NPCs, I have them die.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They're not as cool as.
If they had
PCs.
leveled up, you could, make it a class and make them a upcoming henchman. But yeah, I'm treating them as monsters. Volnia passes her morale check. Barely, because I believe she's down to. What? What is she down to? Actually, I don't know.
Probably 5 now that she passed the 1.
Yeah, and her morale does drop again. That's right, by 1. Okay. What is her morale, Wyman? Did I give you that?
Morale? I don't think so.
Okay, I'll make it. I'll say it was 7, and it's now 6. All right. Galtar. I don't know who that was, but they had 7 morale.
That was the one who died last week.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, everybody can attack. Anybody flanking can do it at +2. These are 1.
Oh, does a 4 hit?
The target is AC 13.
Mine good. Let's see it.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Okay. Boltnia hits for a 3 damage.
Nice.
And then Wyman gets 3 attacks anyway.
Yeah.
These guys aren't going to know what hit him.
Oh, ooh, good. That's good. That's good. Okay.
His power hits for 4.
This. Oh, wait, 8 damage?
If mine's going or not.
And that's it.
Okay. No, actually, I won't roll. This thing is definitely going to run away. Everybody can make an opportunity attack as it flees. All of its companions annihilated.
I hit it for 2.
And you bonk it as it flees. These things have nothing valuable on them. Other than your hireling, was anybody killed? Or hit?
No.
Did anybody get hit? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
6 strength magic user hits 3 out of 4 attacks that he makes.
Well, call the bridge, I suppose.
You call the meat bridge and you cross it. Let's see, that's 60. You have 1 more chance to have an encounter.
You need to roll a d6 or?
And you're good. Oh yeah, and actually there's a thing here. Let me see if that happens. And you're good. Okay.
The worm is coming back. I think we might not be equipped to go into the lair of Wolverine.
Oh, come on. We're averaging 1 character, 1 NPC death per encounter. We've got 1 NPC left.
We've lost 3 so far, right?
4.
4 so far?
No, I think you're right. I think 3.
Yeah, I think 3.
I say let's go see what this Wolverine is all about. That's my vote, but I defer to the group, obviously.
We won't be able to carry anything we find.
Also a pretty good point.
You want to you can cache your copper and silver or something. Just
Yeah. Let's do that.
okay. Okay. You go into this this extremely narrow hall. And let me describe what you see on the other side. There is a rickety door right here, actually, is what it is.
How rickety is it?
It looks rotten. It looks like it could just be pulled apart.
Can I see through it?
Yeah, you
Slivers?
peel part of the rotten wood away, and a bunch of giant fat insects just plop out near your hands, and you can see just a pile of bodies and gore and skeletons and stuff. Literal pile pressed up against the door.
Alright. I vote we go back.
can do that. Or, hear me out. Who's to say the Wolverine is going to be hostile to us?
Well, we could ask the cult to find out. They know about it, presumably, because they pointed it out to us.
Isn't
know
that
what?
their job, like, to be assholes?
Not a bad idea. Can we go and find one of my charmed dudes and ask if like there's a whistle command for the Wolverine,
Sure, you do that.
or even just what the deal is?
They'll tell you, no, that is the lair of the giant Wolverine. We trapped it there long ago, and we keep it fed in case it is ever needed. No one commands it.
Yeah, okay. No one commands it until now.
Okay.
Oh no. You still have a charm?
No.
Oh.
Even if I did, I don't think this guy meets the conditions. Maybe if we had like a druid who could speak with animals, or like a cleric 3 or whatever. I kind of want to go see what this guy's all about. Can't be that bad, right?
All right, so let's do a vote.
Let's do a vote.
Going around the
Colin?
table. So we got 1 for, we got 1 against. Colin, what do you think?
If we can keep that acolyte or whatever and have him go first, then we can possibly do that.
Since we got you, man, you want to...
He will say, "Why would you do this? It will rip you apart. I seek death, but I seek the highest death. This is an animal's death."
Haven't you heard? We got new scripture. This is now the highest death.
Then I go. He is charmed.
Is that okay,
so,
Nostromo?
and then, Nostromo, what do you think?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay. He tries to pull on the door and it won't open. And then finally the door rips and gives way and all the rotten wood collapses. And it just like piles of bodies just cascade in front of you. And a bunch of maggots and insects and big centipedes and stuff. And he climbs over it and he says, I am here for death. Thanatos Stedos. And he raises his weapon into the air, and you hear, in the dark. Yeah. And then something leaps, and you just see him, like something grasps his leg and slams him down on the ground prone, and then just drags him into the dark. And then you hear crunchy noises.
That was fast.
Now I think would be a good time to start layering some oil. I still have 5 flasks personally, or I should have 2 flasks. I threw another 3. I have 2 flasks. I don't know if do you guys have oil?
I do not.
I have some oil, but not much.
Isn't it like it does 1 point of damage per turn in a line for 4 turns or something like that?
Well, that's a great question. A pint of oil keeps a lantern either type burning for 4 hours. Oil is also highly flammable. A lit flask can be used as a thrown weapon to cause 1d4 points of damage with a successful hit, and 1 more point of damage per round for the next 2 rounds. Burning oil can also be used to create a hazard for pursuing monsters. And that's where the book stops.
Okay. I'll just say that it does that if it goes through it. So 1d4 and then 2 points, or 1 point, or 2 points per the next 2 turns, was it?
Yeah, it's 1d4 and then a consistent point
round
of damage for 2 turns.
Okay.
I'm gonna yeah, I think we should deal with the Wolverine. Well, unless you guys think so. He went this way.
He was dragged upwards.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You guys think we can just like sneak around this guy? Not have to deal with him.
so I wonder. It smells bad, and there's just a bunch of bodies like I wonder if we could take the time while eating to maybe check the bodies. But I don't expect there would be much more in this room.
It's not a terrible idea.
It looks like garbage and bones and Wolverine stench.
Okay.
As far as the room, there is a chamber there to the south that continues on. You're not sure how far north it goes.
Okay. What do you guys think? Try to take it on our own terms, or sneak around?
Uh,
We are
Colin?
very encumbered. And
we are.
basically, my vote
Well, we
is
can't-
not go this way.
We cashed all of our garbage random coins.
Right.
At the beginning of this.
Let's try sneaking down while it's busy with its meal.
That's true. It is presumably distracted. I wonder how long it takes this thing to eat. Is that okay with you guys? Do you have it on the Nostromo? Sneak around?
And you cache all your coins so that you're not encumbered, like over here in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's head to the south here. Tiptoeing like the Pink Panther.
Okay. I'm going to give it a chance to notice you, and then I think some things are going to happen. It does not notice you.
Remember, we've oiled this intersection here.
So you probably are using the bullet lantern.
Yep.
Okay. So you oil this right here. Is that right?
Yeah, so the idea is if it comes from the north, we can burn it, or if we escape down this way, we can burn it there.
Okay. It's busy with its meal. You can also see that this ends. I'm not going to kind of hide that from you. This is its lair. Okay. When you look up into that lair, you can pretty well tell there's nothing of value around here. It's just like garbage. Okay. And dead bodies and stuff. And then down here, you can see that by taking this strategy, you see a door, and likewise there is a bric-a-brac around. There's a light crossbow with 10 quirls, a hand axe, a couple of daggers, a broadsword, some spears clattering around on the ground, much of them rusted. There is a plate mail set of armor. It is got a dead body in it and is covered in Wolverine stench, and it would be totally unusable until it was washed for like a week, taken to a launder. But otherwise, there is nothing of value in here. There's no bodies to pick. There's no bags. There's nothing. You can clearly see all these things that are of value. So.
And is this a door here?
And there's a door. Yeah.
Okay.
We should go check out this door, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
You are able to open the door, and there are two bemused guards that turn and look at you walking through the Wolverine pit.
Are either of these guys dudes I have charmed? I should have three guys left.
They have cycled duties, and they are not at the treasure room anymore, and they are guarding the high temple of the Dark One. So these are your guys.
Okay.
They nod and look at you quizzically.
Is there anybody in the high temple there, fellas?
Yes, the Dark Patriarch himself and his acolyte.
Okay. Hey, just as I'm just curious, where would you guys keep the treasure around here? We were looking to contribute.
Of course, you know our coffers that please the Dark One, and it's the room where you talked to them last time. It's on the other side.
Okay, cool. How often is that checked? Like, you guys keep a accurate accounting of that, or?
Each week, 4 times per moon.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know. All right.
So I'll do a little bit of fraud.
I just wondered, just curious.
We'll just exchange a copper penny bag with a gold one.
I'll never know. All right. Well, I mean, if you guys want to try heisting that, we can do that. Or, I mean, if we open this door and snag that plate mail and then skedaddle, I mean,
yeah.
Might as well grab that and throw our hireling in it in a week time when it's actually washed off or something to that effect.
Yeah,
or we could just sell it
the
for
plate
basic
mail would
funds.
be good to get.
Treasure, if you could note the plate mail.
And then obviously we'd circle back around.
Don't note everything. Let me know what you picked, just to be clear.
Yes,
So I don't know if you guys got any of the other stuff, right? Like, so just
the broadsword sounded kind of cool.
Okay.
Let's go ahead. I'll note that too then.
Right.
And then I assume we would also be safe to circle back around to where through the safe parts to where we squirreled away our our copper and silver pennies.
You
If
come up
that's
to a great chasm.
Hmm.
What do you do?
yeah, we would head to the right here. We would probably not go into the chasm.
You walk across?
No, to the right.
Following the safe path that we've seen before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
As
I believe
you,
was right, left, right, I think, or
start
something like that.
traveling your way across.
Is this a bridge that requires a whistle?
A number of these things begin to swoop in on you.
Oh, I didn't know this required a whistle. I don't know if we ever.
Roll a d6.
All right.
You were not surprised. Let's hope they roll a d6. They are surprised. You are able just to make it across, just as they start to mobilize.
Okay. Note to self: every bridge across every chasm requires a whistle.
Yeah, let's grab
That
the
is
stuff
good.
and give the
That
whistle
is
back.
good information.
All right.
So okay, so to the left here is the treasure room. Then I
And I
guess
apologize. There should be guards here. They have
that's
a
all right.
pretty good complement of guards. These are not charmed.
You give him like a small wave, gentlemen.
Ah, the heroes of the Prelate of Darkness. And they bow to you.
The only other thing, so after we grab our pennies from the Wolverine corridor here, is we should see if we can talk to the High Priest and let him know that we found the Dark Lord. If
Yeah.
that, do you guys think we should let him know, or should we hold on to that information?
Well, to
I
just
think we
sorry,
should.
go ahead. Okay, well, just to clarify here, this fiction, because I don't think there's any adventure gameplay there. They know where it is because they send
Okay.
people there all the time and they just die. So.
I see. Okay.
We can
Okay.
say the acolyte met his fate, and
Yeah,
the
that's
Lord
true.
is pleased.
Oh, okay.
Well-
through no effort of my own, I kept my word tonight. I said they would go to a gruesome death, and they did.
All right, so you got. Were you gonna try to abscond under the nose of all these guards, the treasures of this place?
I don't think that we should.
No.
It might be worthwhile coming back at some point, but we should grab our pennies and we should get out of here.
Yeah.
While we still have, we still technically have half an hour. If there's something else you guys wanted to do, I'm all ears.
I will tell you. Oh, go ahead, Jihan. Sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, I don't really think there's. Now that we filled in that part of my map as well, I think aside from the initial part of the bridge on when you enter from where we entered, I think the only other area is like the secret area with their Dark Lord.
Yeah, we can do that quickly.
There's a door here. that is one thing that you haven't opened. But otherwise,
I don't know the
there's
contents of that room, but I'm pretty sure that's like a torture chamber. We talked to some charm dudes last week, and there was like blood on that door, and I was like, "Is that where they torture people?" And they were like, "That's where they torture people." If you guys want to real quick go check that other part of the rope bridge, we can do that on our way out as well, I think. So we'll use the whistle at this bridge going across this chasm.
Okay.
I think every bridge needs the whistle.
Body drops and they just swoop past it for it, and then you go back to this narrow passage.
Yep. A whistle before the bridge here.
All right,
Wait, hold on. Can we ask these guys what is that way, real quick?
Yeah,
before we do all that?
absolutely. They will tell you that therein lay another chasm, and then beyond is our great worship hall, the sanctuary by which we perform our holy services to the Dark One. And we keep there what we use to honor the Dark One. That is actually the temple. And they say, is that all they would know? Yes, that's what they would know.
Okay. Is there anybody over there now?
They will tell you, yes, there are guards and some worshippers.
Huh. Are we allowed over there?
Of course.
Okay.
Honored heroes of the prelate.
I say we go check it out at least to get it on the map, right?
Yeah, that would be nice.
All right, whistle, and then take a hard left,
Gotcha. Right. You do
and a
that.
whistle here as well,
Okay.
just to be sure.
The stone
I'm
here
not interested in fighting those guys.
becomes a pearly white. It is lit by torches. You hear the same kind of droning music that you heard before. And here is a worship service to this dark god. You can tell that this is a century old or older. And it is divided into 3 parts. There is a ritual purification basin, like the other one you saw before, and a worship chamber, and then on the far end, a statue of some kind of deity, perhaps the Dark One himself, and a pair of iron braziers. There are curtains here, and actually I should put this back. None of the guards are in this chamber. Each section is partitioned from ceiling to floor with drapes of heavy black material made in 2 pieces. It's lit by torches, while the statuary nook is lit by braziers. Lastly, the statue you can see is a... let me make sure here. It's an 8-foot-tall wooden carving of a humanoid in black robes with a skull for a face. Each of the eyes is a nearly priceless turquoise gem worth, you think, 2,000 gold pieces each. And as you enter, right here, this area is blocked with iron bars. They are somewhat rusty. It looks almost like a jail door.
So, just as a quick question, I still have 2 dudes unaccounted for somewhere down here.
I thought they were... Well, they're up at the main temple.
So I had 5 plus the acolyte originally, and then when we came here last week, I charmed another. So the acolyte and 2 of them are dead.
Yeah.
Which leaves me 4 left.
Oh, you have 4. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But there are, I don't know, what, 26, 27, 28 left. They are all at that main temple,
Okay.
but you can bring them here if you want to use them for something.
No, not anything in particular. So these guys are behind. These are curtains here.
Yes.
Okay, and there's like gem eyes on the statue, or
Yeah. 2,000 gold pieces each, you think.
Interesting.
And then
these.
This is the basin right here, and then this door right here has like those like iron bars, and is otherwise like a jail door.
Okay. Can I ask one of these guys what's behind this door?
One of them bows and says, "Honored prelate," and he quietly takes you behind the curtain here so that you. And he's like, "We must not disrespect the Dark One, or he will punish us." So he takes you like into what would be the nave in the back, right? You know, and
Right.
He says, and actually, before you ask, a woman appears at the bars and says, "Please help me. Please help me." And then when you get this person, like that kind of happens just before, and then he says, "Do not look into her eyes, honored heroes. That is no woman. That path of darkness we sealed off long ago, for it leads down into the depths, where our enemies lair.
Well, I'm gonna steal something from our Sunday night game. Wyman or Justir, can you guys like? Well, that's probably not a good idea. I was gonna say you guys could signal to this woman in liturgic, in the language of the light, and see if she responds in a way that would indicate that she's actually true. But I don't think we should start throwing around like the sign of the cross in the worship space of the temple of the god of the pagan death. That's probably not a good idea. Okay.
You want to like try to talk to her in normal languages and liturgic and stuff, and have this guy go away or something?
Yeah, I mean, would that be possible to do in like hushed tones and
Yeah.
tones they wouldn't recognize
Yeah,
or
you-
understand or hear?
Well, no. I mean, you can. That seems like a reasonable thing to figure out. So you do that, and he goes away. And what do you want to have? Jasir or Wyman? Actually, Wyman would not. No, if you have the
Wyman's
alignment-
lawful.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Wyman. What would you say to her?
I don't know.
Well, our intention is to figure out if she's.
Who are you?
Do you say that in liturgic, in the language of law?
Whispering, yes.
You hear a screaming noise, and she evaporates into smoke.
Yeah, let's leave that door closed, I think.
But you can see through the bars. There are stairs that go down. You have investigated everything on this level except for the tomb, the temple of the prelate.
Right. I don't want to get into anything exceptionally lengthy or anything like that, seeing as we have about 20 minutes before we absolutely need to stop. I would like to present the head of the statue to one of my dudes in the hallway, blowing the whistle at the appropriate times, and see if they can give us some more intel. Or who that is.
You want to blow the whistle where? You want to just bring one of your guys?
Yeah.
They will basically echo what the other person said. They will say, "Yeah, that is a."
No, sorry. The head of the statue that we found.
I'm sorry. The statue. They will say that is one of the gods who set themselves up in competition to the true god Thanatos. So this is a contemporary god, a goddess of Thanatos. She goes by the name Athena.
Okay. That's good to know. What would you suggest I do with this head, honored brother?
I would not touch it. I would cast it into the chasm. It's foul.
And I intend to do just that. Later.
Okay.
Well,
All right. You guys, anything else that you want to do? All right. You return to the Bloody Bowl Tavern safely. Well, not really. How many died? One.
three.
One-
Three.
Yeah.
But only one of them really mattered to us.
Yeah, none of the people who really mattered died, so I'd
Like,
say we're
yeah,
good.
one hireling died, kind of sucks. But I mean, 2 cultists, who cares?
Yeah, and with that ends our adventure for the night. Mythic Mountains RPG is a private online play club that focuses on folk RPGs. Folk RPGs are the games that belong to all of us. They're what actually happens at a table between friends. It's their voice that has the authority on what is fun and what works for them. Weekly, we upload our games to allow others to sit in with us. The channel isn't monetized. We don't own the artwork, music, software, or games shown in these actual plays, and you can find links to their authors in the description. Like, subscribe, and share if you wish, or don't. Just like games in person, you're welcome to pull up a chair, sit in, and watch some of our games. No performances, No fancy equipment, just regular people playing folk pencil and paper role-playing games and having a good time. We hope these games will prove a source of enjoyment to anyone just wanting to listen in, anyone looking for examples of how actual groups run and play folk RPGs, and most importantly, if you haven't found your group yet, you're welcome here at ours.